Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Donovan, also known as I'm Hard for Hardbop on both Instagram and YouTube. And today is actually Thanksgiving. It's about midnight right now, or like 12:10ish. So today is Thanksgiving, but I was up kind of late listening to some music because I had a pretty busy week. And this is probably the first time all week I've gotten a chance to sit down and listen to some music. But um, yeah, I just want to wish everyone happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If you don't, happy holidays to you. Hope everything is going well. And, for me, Thanksgiving isn't the biggest holiday in the world. My family and I, over the past couple of years, we stopped celebrating it in terms of like, making a huge dinner. My family's really busy. I'm really busy. And so we don't have time to spend all day cooking a huge spread, and then at the end of the day we're tired. And so it's not a big holiday for us. However, I still enjoy it just because of it gives me an opportunity to reflect on the entire year that I've had so far. We only have like a month left until 2024, and it's giving me a really good opportunity to reflect. um, in terms of collecting records and stuff. I found a lot of crazy stuff this year. Um, and through that, I've met a lot of great people. And this video, while it is a pickups video, I wanted to highlight some pickups that I found through people that I built relationships with, such as like friends in the VC, people that I personally know, as well as local brick and mortar stores here in my city in San Diego. And so without those people, my collecting wouldn't be as fun as it is today. Like, I have a lot of fun collecting. I enjoy it a lot. I'm not the wealthiest collector in the world. I'm a college student. I can't be spending tons of money on records, but when I do, it's a lot of fun because I tend to be buying a lot from friends. And so, yeah. But first things first, before we get into that, I'll go ahead and show you guys what's on the turntable right now. It's actually Bill Evans, You Must Believe in Spring. Pretty ironic because I'm actually playing this right now. And for me, Bill Evans is sort of synonymous with that autumn, winter season, that time of the year when life tends to be going a little bit slower. Things aren't as fast paced. You slow down to enjoy the things in life. So I really like this one a lot, featuring Eddie Gomez and then Elliot Zigman. So really, really cool. A later later Bill Evans title, and one that I've recently picked up. I actually had an opportunity to buy this maybe 2 months ago at a local record store back home where my parents live. So I'm going back home with my parents. So that record store in that area, they had this for $10, near mint, and I missed it. There was a guy in front of me who bought it. He's about my age, which is really cool because there's not a lot of people in my parents' area. It's a little bit more rural area. It's not in the city like here in San Diego, but you rarely get people buying jazz, and you rarely see people my age buying jazz. You can just see in the VC, there's not a lot of us, but yeah, he picked it up. He didn't really buy anything. He was looking through the bins, and there was a ton of killer stuff, but this one he picked up. And I think, despite the fact that all the killer stuff in the stacks, this is the one I wanted the most because I've been looking for this one for about 3 years. And I saw him pick it up, initiate a conversation with him because at first I was like, wow, that's super cool that someone my age is into jazz. And he was talking, and I told him straight up, I was like, dude, like, that record's killer. You need to buy it. And he's like, I'm kind of on the fence about it. And he's like, look, I told him, I was like, look, I've been looking for that record for 3 years, but even though it's a big one of mine, I think you should really go for it. It's a great record. It's a record that everyone should have in their collection. If you're just a music fan, a fan of music, you would love this album. And he actually offered trying to give it to me, but I told him, no, you got it fair and square. And he bought it. I got his Instagram. We follow each other now. I talk to him every once in a while. And, whiffed on the opportunity to get a copy of an album that I really want, but I made a really good friend, and it's super cool. You know, records come and go, but relationships, they last forever. And so uh, I got an opportunity to buy this one again. So this is an original press. It's on Warner Bros, I think, or whatever I believe it's Warner Bros. It's on the turntable right now, but this is a great album, and amazing record. And I got to make a friend out of it. So highly, super cool story. But yeah, so the first couple records I'll go ahead and show you guys are all from local brick and mortar stores here in San Diego. You know, I've lived in San Diego most of my life, but it wasn't up until recently where I started exploring and looking at some of the record stores here. You know, I'm a busy student. You know, I don't have time to go out and drive down to, you know, a lot of the record stores, they're about, you know, I go to school in La Jolla, so I go to UCSD, and that's about maybe like 25, 30 minutes, like south of me. And so I don't want to drive that far just to go to a record store. You know, as much as I love supporting my local businesses, it's kind of hard, you know, especially with the traffic. The traffic is terrible in San Diego. You know, it's not as bad as LA, but anyways, this one right here though, I bought this maybe about 2 months ago, and it's one that I've been enjoying a lot, actually. It's definitely one that I didn't even know about until I saw it that day, which is weird because it is a West Coast kind of title. But this is from a record store called Feel It Records. It's in downtown. It's on Broadway. I can't remember which street it was on, but really cool. The owner is really cool. They have a pretty eclectic mix of music. A lot of it's like that. A lot of it's like indie rock. A lot of it's funk and soul. A lot more reissues. Not a lot of used items. Their jazz selection is pretty small. I would say maybe it's about 50 records. But they had this on their wall. This is Exploring the Future, featuring Curtis Counts, or the Curtis Counts Quintet. So Curtis Counts is the leader on here. You know, he did some titles as a leader, about I think 5 or so. And unfortunately, they all flopped. It's unfortunate because, you know, I think during that time there was that kind of battle between, you know, the West Coast labels and then a lot of the East Coast cats, and, you know, because of that, his music didn't sell that well, or it wasn't just widely acclaimed. It's killer stuff, and it's pretty affordable. It's on, well, a lot of it's on Contemporary, but this one right here is on Duto. So this copy's a little bit rough. I got it for a really good price though, so I'm not complaining. It plays really well. I would say cover is split, but vinyl's not bad. I would say it's VG. The cover is really cool. The artwork, I really like it. It's Curtis Counts with his bass and then that cool spacesuit. But what intrigued me the most after I saw the you know, the cover was the lineup. Curtis Counts on bass, Harold Land on tenor sax, Frank Butler on drums, Elmo Hope on piano, and then Rolf Erickson on trumpet. I never heard of Rolf Erickson before. Apparently he's from Sweden, which is really cool. But yeah, Harold Land, Elmo Hope, super cool. Really like this one a lot. This one is one, I would say it's pretty rare. You can't really find it. Not the most expensive album, but again, really rare. Fidelity wise, actually it doesn't sound that bad. It's not on par with like Contemporary, but for an album that's from the mid 50s, it's not bad at all. Really recommend. If you can find a clean copy, it's really cool. But like I said, it's on Duto. So another West Coast label. It was actually, I believe, called Dutone before it switched to Duto. My friend Ryan and I were doing research on it, but super, super cool. Again, artwork's really nice. I think the most prominent album on Dutone was that Dexter Gordon album. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like black and white with some red text on it. So super cool. So that's Feel It Records. Really, really cool. If you're into like funk soul and you're into more like the newer reissue stuff, highly recommend that if you want newer reissues. Next one up is one that I would probably say this is my second favorite. No, I would say this is probably tied with my favorite record store in San Diego. It's one that I've been going to a lot lately. When I make the drive down, down south, I tend to hit this one a little bit more. Um, my relationship with the owner is great now. He's someone that I know on a first name basis, and we talk and DM from time to time, and super cool guy. His taste is really good. So the record store is called Beatbox Records. The owner is Bernie or Ernie. I can't remember now that I think about it. But super cool guy. When you go, and he's always smoking a blunt. It's hilarious. And his taste is great. His record store specializes in funk, soul, R&B, and jazz, and a little bit of world music. So if you're into that stuff, would highly recommend you going there. If you visit San Diego, that is a place you need to hit up. If you're into used records, great place. Used like originals or vintage reissues, would highly recommend there. Just a testament to his stuff. There's guys from Disc Union who will come in there and buy like a shit ton of his stuff. So yeah, that just kind of is a testament to his stock. But anyways, I've been going there recently. They just hit their 9-year anniversary. They had a sale, which is crazy. So congratulations to them. And the location of his record store is awesome. It's in Barrio Logan. So really, really nice neighborhood. Predominantly, Latino influence. It's a really rich neighborhood. Has a lot of history there. The community's great. There's a place called Futurist Color Studio Sessions, and they host a lot of live jazz. I think it was once a week or so, and they have a location in Barrio Logan, so it's really cool. So if you're in San Diego, you want to hit that area up, highly recommend. There's a lot of night markets and stuff too, so would highly recommend. But this right here is one that I picked up. This is The Right Touch by Duke Pearson. Duke Pearson, I love his early work. I bought Profile recently, bought a UA of that. I would love a copy of Tender Feelings. I would love Blue Note to do a reissue of it, but I think it was reissued as a Music Matter, so maybe not. But yeah, his stuff's great. I think in terms of artists who helped define Blue Note or that were influential, Duke Pearson comes to mind for Blue Note. Jimmy Smith also comes to mind. Those two are pretty up there. Duke Pearson, a great writer, composer, scouted a lot of talent for Blue Note as well, if I'm not mistaken. But his stuff's great. It's been getting harder to find recently. If you want to buy originals of Duke Pearson stuff, it's getting pretty expensive. But a lot of it's been reissued, I would say. So would highly recommend if you can pick up a copy. His later mid-60s stuff is really good. All of it's killer. But this right here is one that I found, and it was for a really good price. It's super clean, as you guys can see. It's on that Liberty label, so it is an original, if I'm not mistaken. So it's a stereo press. Sounds really good. Would highly recommend that. And then another one that I found at Beatbox was this one right here. This is Freddie Hubbard Hubtones. Probably my favorite Freddie Hubbard title, at least on Blue Note at least. I really like Red Clay. Red Clay is great. Joe Henderson on that album is really good. But this right here is awesome. I would say, yeah, this is probably my favorite Freddie Hubbard. Definitely for Blue Note, if not for his entire discography. Super, super cool. Reed Miles cover. This is like a reissue, 70s reissue. But would highly recommend this one. It's kind of hard to find. You don't really see this one often. Even these UAs go for like, I've seen them on eBay for like anywhere from like 80 to 150 bucks, and it's kind of insane. But James Spalding's really good on that. Shout out to Jason at the Jazz Basement. He talks about that one and Go a lot, and I've been able to find both those titles this year. So yeah, that's awesome. So those were Beatbox records for sure. If you guys are a fan of jazz, funk, soul, would highly recommend you guys visiting Beatbox. And the last one is a tie for my favorite record store in San Diego. This is Folk Arts Rare Records. So Folk Arts Rare Records has like its own like record store location. It's in North Park, and they also have an adjacent kind of store inside of a jazz bar called Part Time Hi-Fi Lover. And Part Time Hi-Fi Lover, a lot of DJs will go in there. They'll play records and stuff like that. They'll do live sets. But in the jazz bar itself, there's actually like a store, and a lot of the rare records from Folk Arts will be put into that store or that pop up. I think Folk Arts is the only vendor in there. I could be wrong, but they have a lot of killer jazz. So a lot of the more high dollar stuff will go in there. It just really depends. Maybe sometimes if it sits over in Folk Arts, they'll bring it over there. But this right here was on the wall actually. I went to Folk Arts maybe like a month and a half ago, maybe 2 months ago, and they had this on the wall, and I had a stack actually. I was ready to check out, and I saw this on the wall, and I was like, shit. So I put everything aside, grabbed this, play tested it. It's played really well on the system. But this right here is the Jazz Messengers live at the Cafe Bohemia, Volume 2. Love this album. I think it's it's Rudy's first live session that he recorded for Blue Note, if I'm not mistaken, because I don't think A Night at Birdland was recorded by him either, so I could be wrong. But yeah, so Horace Silver, Hank Mobley, Art Blakey, Kenny Dorham, and Doug Watkins. Kenny Dorham, probably my favorite on this title, on this session. Super, super cool. This is an original press. So you guys see it's the frame cover. I'll show you guys real quick. Show you guys the frame cover. You guys can kind of tell. Yeah, you guys can tell like the outline. So it's like the frame cover. Cover's, presentable. Nothing crazy. I got this for a really good deal in my opinion. I think they priced it as if it was like a G record. But I would say it's like VG plus, VG. Visually it's VG. It plays really well. So yeah, Lexington Ave. Really, really cool. Has the P, has the RBG. What else? Lexington Ave, flat edge. Super cool. So very glad I have this. It's weird. I have 3 Lexington Ave presses in my collection, and all of them are live sessions, so it's kind of cool. But that one's really good. Let me see. My favorite track on here is probably Like Someone in Love. Really like that one. Kenny Dorham's playing is amazing on this. If you're a Kenny Dorham fan, I would highly recommend that. The album drives really hard, and it's really cool hearing a lot of the commentary on these old jazz records, a lot of the live sessions. Even if you listen to some of the bootlegs, it's super cool listening to the commentary in the background. So yeah, those 5 or so? No, 4. Those 4 albums were from local record stores here in San Diego. So that's super cool. The next couple or so are all from friends or people I know in the VC. So this first one right here, really big one. I was introduced to this record by my friend Ryan. He bought this maybe 2 years ago, and I personally did not know that Coltrane had any work on Savoy. It was really weird. I don't know why I didn't know that, but it was just weird for me. But this one right here is probably my favorite from Coltrane on there, especially this is a co-led session between Coltrane and Wilbur Hardin. And yeah, super cool. This right here is Jazz Way Out. This is a second mono press, so there's no deep groove. That's really the only distinction in my opinion. It plays really well. There's no like hiss or anything like that, which is kind of weird. A lot of these like even new jazz, some of the second presses will have hiss on it. So yeah, it's super good. I really like this album a lot. Jazz Way Out, I think for the time it is a little bit out there, but it's nothing crazy. It's pretty digestible. If you want to listen to something a little more out there, and you're used to hard bop, would highly recommend this. Is really good. Wilbur Hardin's great. I read that he did maybe like 4 or 5 albums, I think, for Savoy, and he was pretty young too. But then he sort of just dropped off the face of the earth. He had an illness, and unfortunately, he would pass away pretty early, and his career was put to an end really quickly. He did a couple albums for Savoy, and it's pretty unfortunate because a lot of it's really killer, and it's a shame when you read a lot of these young artists. You read about how their career was cut short, and how much potential they had. Wilbur Hardin comes to mind. Even someone like Clifford Brown, died when he was like 26. Lee Morgan, these are all trumpet players, and they all died really young. Lee Morgan passed away when he was like 32, I think. So it's really unfortunate when you read some of these stories, but that's life for you. It sucks, and it sucks. But very happy to get this one. The lineup is crazy. Wilbur Hardin, John Coltrane, Curtis Fuller, Tommy Flanagan, Ollie Jackson, and then Art Taylor. So this one's a really killer one. I would have to thank What Can Brown, what_can_Brown, aka Chris. Thank you so much. I think Chris watches my videos sometimes. I know he's a pretty busy guy, so I don't expect it. But thank you so much. I'll link his channel in the description. But Chris is an awesome dude. One of my favorite individuals in the VC. Very knowledgeable historian, in my opinion. But super, super cool. And I'm very happy to finally get that in the collection. So thank you so much, Chris. This next one, another really big one that I've had the opportunity to get. Coincidentally enough, another trumpet-led session, I guess. That one's more like a session that was co-led. This one is more of a session that was led by a trumpeter. But this right here is Woody Shaw, The Moon Train. This is an original press. It's on Muse. And this album's super killer. I know my friend Ryan mentioned him multiple times in the video. I know he has a copy, and ever since he posted his, I think maybe a year or two ago, I've been wanting one. Unfortunately, Woody Shaw stuff is not really available to stream. His estate, they do this thing where you have to pay a subscription to listen to his music, and it sucks because, one, they're just leeching off of his legacy, and then two, you're depriving all these people of his music, and you're just, again, putting his legacy down the drain because people don't know about the music. They can't even listen to the music. So, shame on them, in my opinion. You can do whatever you want because you are the owner of his estate, but it's unfortunate. But anyways, very happy to finally have this. Rich, so the person who told me this is actually Rich, Deep Groove Mono or DG Mono. Rich actually is the owner-operator of the RVG Legacy site. He knows all things Rudy Van Gelder. He's really close with Maureen Sickler, who's I think the owner of, or the heir of Rudy Van Gelder's estate. I know he's been doing a lot of stuff. Very excited to see what happens with him in the future. But Rich reached out to me and Ryan. He knows that we watch his videos and we're big fans of his work. But he reached out to us because he was actually doing a vinyl sale, so a jazz sale. And he reached out to us and he said, "Hey guys, I have some stuff interested." He gave us like a quick peek, a pre-sale preview of the stuff that he was selling. And, he gave us full reign. And I bought one. Ryan bought, I think, 5 or 6 records. He balled out. If I'm being honest, he balled out and bought a couple stuff. But they were all in really really good prices. They weren't marked up that high. And I think one of them he actually bought for me, which is insane. I love Ryan. So I'll go ahead and show you guys that later. But Woody Shaw, The Moon Train, really, really good. This is a really good one to listen to at night. Excuse me. I have some of Woody Shaw's other work on Muse. I have I have one of his titles from the 80s, and then I have a live session. But I don't have this, and this is probably my favorite. But this is just amazing. The cover is super cool, awesome, and the wax is super clean. So thank you so much, Rich, for that. You're awesome. Rich is super cool. Someone that I talk to every once in a while. I know he's busy as well, but really cool guy. I'm actually going to Japan next month in December, and I actually watched his video about going to the record stores in Tokyo, or no, just in Japan in general. So yeah, I think I'm going to Tokyo. Obviously, I'm gonna go to Osaka, Nagoya. So I'll probably hit some of the stores that he hit for sure. I think he's also going at the same time. So if he's free, I'll ask him to meet. I don't know. I think he's visiting family though, so I don't want to bother him. But anyways, thank you so much, Rich, for that one. I really appreciate it. I wasn't actually expecting to spend money, but he sent us that, and I was like, okay. I was looking at some of the stuff. A lot of the stuff I really wanted to buy, and then I saw that, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm gonna pass on everything. I'm gonna buy this. So yeah, but I think it's all on his website too. So if you guys are interested, go ahead and check that out. So yeah, that's from Rich. So those two are from Chris and then Rich. The last 4 records of mine are from a great friend of mine, Ryan. So Ryan and I do this thing. You guys see me talk about it. We do this thing where we'll actually send each other records, and I need to send him his box right now. I need to pack it and then send it out by next week, because I want him to have these before, that Christmas holiday season where the freaking mail is crazy. The postal service is crazy. But he sent me a package. It came in yesterday. I was busy. I actually went to a rave. So if you guys don't know, I listen to EDM music as well. I went to my first rave yesterday, came back home, opened these up, and I'm about to clean these up actually and do probably a late night spin. But he sent me these 4. So, I don't know. I'll go and show this one first, because this one's the one on the top. But what is it? Ryan and I, we both love vocal jazz. It's something that we love. We love specifically female vocalists. A lot of the female vocalists are great. Obviously, the male vocalists, people like Sinatra, Johnny Hartman, Johnny Mercer, like people like that are great. But what's near and dear to my heart specifically is a lot of the female jazz vocalists, specifically Ella. For me, Ella's the GOAT. I love Ella. And Ryan knows I like Ella. And Ryan has a lot of Ella Fitzgerald. And he's been slowly sending me stuff every once in a while. But this right here, sorry about that. This right here is Ella Fitzgerald. Sing Sweet Songs for Swingers. Really, really cool. I think this is an original press. It looks like it. I haven't had a chance to spin this yet. Deep groove verb. Wow, it looks really clean. But yeah, a lot of the Ella stuff is really cheap, $10-15, but you gotta find it clean, and I'm always impressed with how clean you can find these. But very excited to see this. He sent me probably 2, maybe 3 Ella records now, and it's just every time amazing. My girlfriend really likes Ella Fitzgerald, so I play it often. She loves like the Ella and Louis record, and so anytime Ryan sends me any vocal jazz, I'll play it. He sent me a Blossom Dearie record recently, and my girlfriend really likes that one a lot. She's been getting into Blossom Dearie. Okay, the next one is one I didn't even know this is a thing. I didn't know it existed, but Ryan is a big Coltrane guy, as you guys know, and he's been sending me, some more Coltrane, trying to get me out there. Some of his work is a bit out there, like Ascensions. Like I probably listened to Ascensions maybe 4 or 5 times now, and it's just something in front to back too. I'm not stopping. I just can't get into it. But I try listening to it. I don't want to give up. But he's been slowly trying to get me into more of that later stuff. And this right here is one that he sent me John Coltrane featuring Pharoah Sanders live in Seattle. I've never seen this before. Very excited to see this. Super cool. I have no idea who is on here. I don't know the set list, if I'm being honest, but okay, so Coltrane, Pharoah Sanders, and then McCoy Tyner, Donald Garrett, Jimmy Garrison, and Elvin Jones. Wow, that's super cool. Seattle, Washington, September 30th, 1965. Wow. So that's a killer lineup. Super cool. I'm very excited to listen to this. It's a 2 LP set, so this will be nice. Ooh, it's actually pretty. Wow, it's actually nice. Damn. This is really nice. Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. So if you watch this, I know Ryan watches my videos. He's a busy guy, so I don't expect him to watch it, but he does, which is really nice of him. But, dude, Ryan, thank you so much. What? This is super cool. I love the live sets, too. Him and I don't want to say this because I don't think we're supposed to talk about this, but him and I listen to bootlegs all the time. And so we'll listen to a lot of the Coltrane bootlegs, and we're like, but you didn't hear from me. So I'm very excited to see this. It's a live session. So I guess it's not a bootleg. It is an official release, but yeah. This next one, another live session from Coltrane. You know, I do this thing where I try not to listen to the record before I get it. I wanted a surprise, but I was too excited to wait, and I actually listened to this, and I really like it. This is Coltrane live at the Village Vanguard again. So this is obviously he has the original, you know, live at the Village Vanguard. This is the second time he did it. Wow, this is really clean. This is a stereo press, I think. I think Ryan also has a mono of this, an original mono press of this. And he was like, which one do you want? And I told him, I was like, doesn't matter. And he sent me the stereo. But super, super cool. So, look at that. Really nice. Nice. Impulse gatefold. Really, really cool. Iconic photo right there. Super, super cool. Wow. Very excited to spin this. Actually, you know, I think I'm probably just going to spin this for the night. But yeah, Naima is amazing. It tends to get a little more out there towards the end, but I like it a lot. You know, I really appreciate Ryan. Ryan's always trying to expose me to new music, you know, broaden my search, and I do the same too. So I think it's great that you have, you know, I think it's important to have friends that are always looking out for you, and he definitely did with that one. I think he bought that on an auction. So yeah, I'm very grateful for, you know, my relationship with him, my friendship with him, and he's someone that I talk to almost every single day. And I think it also helps that we're both young, we're both students, we have so much in common. So you know, I can empathize with what he's going through sometimes. You know, he's busy, school's rough, so I totally understand. And then in this climate right now, with this economy, it's hard being a record collector, especially one that's young. But this last one was one that he bought from Rich. This is one that I wanted for a long time. I really want the box set, but I'm not spending that much money for the box set. So this will 100% do for now. But this is Lee Morgan, live at the Lighthouse in Hermosa Beach, literally like an hour away from me. Super cool. I would love to visit one day, but yeah, this album is amazing. I think this is one of Lee's best albums ever. This is Lee at his height. I would probably say maybe Search for the New Land, it has the edge over this for me, but this is a really close second. You know, I would say when it comes to his discography, this is a standout. Volume 3 is a standout for me. Cornbread's a standout as well. Even his posthumous self-titled is a standout for me as well. But you know, this is Lee when he was a little bit more mature. You know, he went through so much adversity during the early 60s, and you know, him at this stage, he was a little more mature. You know, he's more stable, and yeah, it's amazing. Highly recommend. I would love to have the box set one day, but like I said, this will totally do for now. It also features one of my favorite tracks, Lee Morgan tracks of all time, Absolutions. That's a top 5 Lee Morgan track for me. It's amazing. I think this is like a West Coast press. Yeah, this is like a West Coast Liberty, like United Artists pressing. So this is the one that he bought, Ryan bought from Richard, sorry. It's a little bit late, I'm really tired. But, yeah, those are the pickups. Sorry if this is a longer video, I'm at 35 minutes right now, but man, it's been a while, you know, I wanted to knock something out before the holiday, and you know, I'm not going to be down here at my place. I'm heading back home to my parents, but yeah, I don't know. I love making videos, you know, but it's been kind of crazy lately. Life's been crazy, so yeah. But anyways, thank you so much for watching, guys. You know, I have so much fun making content for you guys, and for me, it's not a profession. I don't make money off of YouTube or Instagram. I genuinely enjoy just making content, and it's really for myself. I love looking back and reflecting on what I bought. You know, it's really cool seeing some of my past videos, how uncomfortable I was in front of the camera. Now I'm a little more comfortable, you know, I can talk, it's not a big deal. You know, even I remember I made a video about like my 20 favorite records in my collection. It's super funny seeing what my favorites were back then and where they are now. So yeah, I'll go ahead and link everyone who I mentioned down below. Yeah, hopefully you guys that watch my videos, you guys start sending other people records for free. Obviously you don't have to, but I personally think it's really fun. I'm probably gonna start doing it soon with a friend of mine, Aldo, Plantly Music on Instagram. Aldo's super cool. Watch his channel as well. I'll probably link his channel as well. But Aldo's great. Definitely put me onto some really cool shit. And I think, is he my age? I think he's younger than me, but his taste in music's crazy. His stuff's amazing. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for watching. I know it's a longer video, but I feel like it's more authentic. I know a couple of videos ago I edited, but I don't have time for that. And I feel like you guys like the more genuine, I guess, genuine, authentic presentation anyways. But yeah, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Happy holidays, and I hope you guys have a good one. See ya.